This week in Destiny, we have the final Grandmaster Nightfall upon us, the newly reprised Lake of Shadows. Now, this has been, at least the first half of it, has been greatly altered to increase its difficulty. It's not so difficult as it is more or less annoying, so we're going to get right into that. But first, like, comment, and subscribe if you want to keep seeing more content. And we're going to have a quick word to be met with a handful of Cabal that are guarding this resonant splinter that we have to bring to a barricade at the end of this area. Once those Cabal have been taken care of, we can then proceed to escort this splinter, this pyramid tech, whatever you want to call it, to the barrier that we need. As soon as we start this process, some Taken are going to spawn, take care of them. Moving the pyramid tech forward, we are then going to be encountering more Cabal, and there's going to be a barrier champion on the steps of the church. Take care of it. When you keep proceeding the pyramid tech forward, more champions are going to spawn. There's going to be an unstoppable champion that spawns pretty much right next to the church, or pretty much right where that barrier champion had spawned in the first place. Take care of him. When you round the corner, more ads are going to spawn. Another unstoppable champion. Take care of him. Take care of the remaining ads. Push the pyramid to the barrier and hold square to detonate it. In the past, you could jump on your Sparrow and Sparrow through to the next part. Can't do that anymore. We're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and just run. Once in this new area, we're going to fight some more Cabal. There's going to be a Cabal unstoppable champion that spawns from a ship. Take care of him and we can move this second payload to the next barrier. While walking up this path, more Cabal are going to spawn in. There's going to be an unstoppable champion that rushes down at you, pretty easy to take care of, and as you progress forward, you're then going to encounter some turrets. These turrets need to be dealt with immediately as they hurt a lot. Once you get the pyramid up this street and you go to turn the corner, a bunch of Taken are going to spawn in. Take care of them. They group up, so if you have explosives, very easy to take care of, and as you approach this big blight in the center, more Cabal are going to spawn on the left hand side. Do your usual thing, take care of them. Once you get the splinter to this part, there's going to be a Chimera that spawns. The Chimeras are those weird Taken servitors. This one's a pain in the ass. It has a ton of health. What you're going to want to do is take cover behind whatever you can find. I used this broken down bus. It worked out really well, and you're just going to lay into this thing. Periodically, they're going to spawn more Taken, usually to your left or your right, and sometimes behind you depending on where you are. I recommend taking care of them as fast as you can because the wizards really hurt and the thrall that push you are going to kill you. Once you get this Chimera down to half health, he's going to spawn protective little balls, I guess is what you're going to call them. You're going to shoot them out, you're going to deal with the ads that spawn, and then you're going to proceed to just continue damaging it, watching out for the periodical spawns of more Taken ads. Once the Chimera has been dealt with, you can detonate the splinter and proceed forward. Now from here on out, most things are pretty much unchanged from the original Lake of Shadows strike. We're going to push forward into the dam reservoir, whatever you want to call it, shoot out this Taken doorway, and begin to push our way down these flight of stairs. There's going to be an unstoppable champion that spawns in the middle. Take care of him. As you proceed downward, you're going to deal with more Cabal. When you get to the bottom, there's just a bunch of Cabal elites. I believe there is a champion down here. I can't remember when I am now recording this in post, but there's a champion here. Deal with it. Once we get to the outside of the dam, things here have changed also a little bit. There are no longer two champions that spawn right outside the doorway. Instead, we're going to deal with a Thresher, and these Threshers will annihilate you. I highly recommend peek shotting him from the doorway of this tunnel, not getting in the way of your allies, and taking care of the Thresher completely before moving on. Dealing with the ads, when you get to the end, towards the end, there's going to be another Thresher that spawns. Again, try to find as much cover as you can while you take care of it, and then you can push forward dealing with the unstoppable champion and the elite that is at the end of this walkway. Pushing back inside, there's going to be another unstoppable champion basically right in front of you to your left. Take care of him. As you're moving forward and you're moving up and around, there's going to be a barrier champion sitting on that little walkway. Take care of him. You can also sit down before you walk up the stairs. You can sit on that little path and take care of him from down there and make it a lot easier. He has a really hard time targeting you down there, and even better, if you and your allies split up, they go up the stairs and you sit down there. Easy to take care of. Move forward into this big open room. Take care of the elite and the champion that's here as well, and now we get to a really big change here. In this small little room, there's going to be a tormentor that spawns. Strand is a huge benefit here because this tormentor can be suspended. So by suspending this tormentor and just laying into him, he's pretty easy to take care of. If not, just try to avoid him the best you absolutely can. Once the tormentor has been dealt with, again, push forward, deal with the ads. I'm pretty sure there's also a champion in this room. Again, recording and not looking at my footage. If there is, deal with it. Push up the stairs. There's going to be a Scion hiding in the little corner to your right and a Scion at the top of this little alleyway. In the boss arena, there's going to be a barrier champion that is waiting for you. Sit up here and just take care of him. It's really simple. Use your long range weapons. If you're using a sidearm for barrier, well, I hope your allies have something with a little more long range so you don't have to jump down there. If you do have to jump down there, just use your cover. Once the barrier champion has been dealt with and you do jump down, you can then interact with this resonant splinter thing, the thing that the Cabal usually spawn from, to summon the boss. Now the boss is way more aggressive than he used to be in previous versions of this strike. We had double well and he was still pushing us, which made it really annoying to throw my fusion grenades, as this was my last send off for Starfire Protocol before it gets nerfed completely next season. But if you have wells, use them, throw your grenades, use your heavy, and then you're going to rotate around the map. While you rotate around the map, ads are going to spawn, and there's going to be the taken goo that can also damage you, that rises and lowers depending on just the boss's health or just wherever you are in the room. Once you defeat the boss, you can then watch all that glorious loot fall on the right hand side of your screen, as this boss is not health gated. You can melt him as quickly as you possibly can. Now with that being said, again, I highly recommend using Strand for this. Strand is so good at endgame content, and it can nullify a lot of enemies in just dealing damage to you, especially with that Tormentor. But with that, that is the end of our final Grandmaster guide for this season. I hope this helps you in your future endeavors, trying to get yourself a buzzard this week. Also, on Thursday, I'm going to round up all the information that Bungie has given us for next season, and I'm going to post it in one video for everybody's viewing pleasure, so keep an eye out for that by subscribing. Of course, liking and commenting on this video helps me a ton, and I'll see you guys in the next video.